All right, let's go ahead and start our DM prep. So let's see. All right, let's go ahead and start our DM prep. That's wrong. I should not be monitoring my own stream in the middle of it. All right. Okay. There we go. So, let's see. We got everything set up here. We got our outline. Yeah. All right. So the last session, the players ended up. Our players ended up over here at the Silver Pass. We had them encounter some people from the Shadow Realm, mainly the Lost and these creepy mofos over here. Yeah, Sorrowsworn and the Lost and such. And I kind of filled the entire place with them. And they had a temporary character alongside them, which was a another Dwagar character, which essentially led them through it. They're trying to get through the pass ultimately in the Underdark to get to a professor of architecture who will help them rebuild one of the temples that they that's currently protecting them from the evil plot of the god Bane. So essentially what I need to do is I need to come up with an interesting way for them to finish getting through this. Probably spruce it up a bit, which I already have some basic notes here. And throw some stuff in the middle of their path to just make it a little bit more interesting before they get to the Professor Ola. She's an Allen professor. But, yeah, essentially, to recap, when they got to the Underdark, you know, they had to pass some creepy areas and such, but they met Scarlet's character here, where she was being captured by some of the Drow slavers. They finished that. They met one of the Sorrowsworn first in that encounter, and then they went from there throughout a large section of the Underdark to our pass here, and this is where they started to encounter some other Sorrowsworn. So they encountered the Lost, as well as the, I believe, the Lonely. And so they went in through the top here, encountered some traps. One of them got impaled pretty bad, and then encountered their first battle here, and then over to here. Now, they did manage to go to a little bit of the upper floor, but they did complete this battle and then go to our little trophy room here. In this room at the end, they did meet a barely alive commander, and that's pretty much where we left off, where the they looted quickly the loot that was there, so about 1,500 GP, and some spell scroll and all that good stuff. But yeah, so now I got to figure out how to encourage them to explore the rest of this place, as well as how to get them out of it in the right direction, and to eventually lead them to Ola. Past this pass in particular, I was thinking that I was going to throw a few environments their way. So if we go over to my previous sessions stuff here, this is kind of how I was imagining it shaping up, where after you encountered the fortress, which I didn't follow this exactly. I did end up bringing the statue a little closer before they got to the fortress, but once they go through there, they get into some other caverns and encounter some natural problems like gas, like natural gas and stuff that might make them choke. Um, and then I was thinking that I would get them to go through some sort of purple worm cavern to get to a large lake where they actually have to swim through it, and find an underwater cavern to go through. And I was thinking I might have an aboleth for them to battle. These characters are currently level 8, so an aboleth is definitely up there in the challenge rating. However, we do have a lot of players, so I'm thinking I might actually need to spruce up that battle. But yeah, once we have them go through there, I was thinking there'd be a special tower where they might be able to find the key to get through the gate without having to battle the stone golems or bone golems. But only after they get past that gate was I was thinking that they would get into this town of ruins here and encounter this Darrow man. But I'm actually thinking that for the next session, I want to move this up to after the fortress. And I'm thinking that I want to play with the Shadow Realm. Because what I was thinking was the Sorrowsworn were released from the Shadow Realm by the people in this fortress, which, they were these people that worship the Raven Queen. Accidentally opened up the portal. That's what ended up flooding the fortress, and they're going to be a recurring issue. But I think it might be interesting if I play with that story a little bit more, and kind of immediately from there explore this this town here that maybe was destroyed by some other creatures that came out of the Shadow Realm. And there might be this Darrow man that came from there. Just kind of give it a little bit more history, a little more backbone. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's where I'm at right now. And after the town, then they can experience the lake, and then from there the gate into the next area where I'm thinking that's where they probably find Ola. Yeah, so I think that's the plan. So I'm going to go ahead and write up the kind of list of events and try to imagine up how each one of those might play out. So let's go ahead, go here. So I'm going to make a copy of this guy. Oh, I said copy. Okay. And I'm going to kind of sketch over it on my tablet in terms of my notes here. So I'm going to put this up here and bring that open. Let's see. D&D Flying Elks, which is the title of our companions here, the Flying Elks. And okay. So let's make sure that you guys can see this. This over here was where they left off. Yep, you can see it. So here, I'll go ahead and zoom in. So, and here, let me go ahead and open up D&D Beyond here because I'm sure I'm going to use this for some reference. And probably their spell catalog to start with. I'm also going to open up D&D 5e. Stuff like their list. And then we'll probably go ahead and open up a name generator. Stat block. There we go. Okay. So So here they left off at the royal chamber, where they, the previous Dwagar who inhabited these ruins, went ahead and stashed all their stuff in it. So we had a bunch of gold and such. That was their reward for getting through it finally. Let's go ahead and start our DM prep. Am I hearing myself? Let's go ahead and start our DM prep. Alright, I'm having some difficulties at the moment. It's repeating so. Okay. Well, okay, so if I go here. Okay. Is that better? Okay. All right. I think we solved that. Sweet. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue where I left off. All right. So they were over here prepping, or yeah, that's where we left off, where they had their gold and such. I think I also gave them some spell scrolls, and they found a body here. Bodies of a person who's still alive, and I'm thinking that this is one of the commander that was in charge of the fortress when the Sorrowsworn overcame it. So this person will have some dialogue. So I gotta go ahead and create that. So I'm gonna put a little to-do list here. We're gonna do dialogue. So we gotta talk to them about what happened, give them some backstory in the place, and potentially also give them some clues on how to escape the area and such, which I'm thinking is over here on the first floor. But I don't want it to be super easy. And here, let me go ahead and move this so everyone can see. So here on the first floor, this is where we get to exit out into the town. So, you have your town and such. And there's got to be some sort of challenge here. Thank you, Jasmine. So there's got to be a challenge to present to the players. It could be that, let's say, I need some sort of relic. Maybe I gotta talk to a leftover guardian. Let's say it's a monster. It could be a monster as well. Let's see which one of those. I think if it was something where they had to talk to somebody, that would probably make it a little bit more, probably be a little bit more fun. There's got to be multiple ways to get through here. We'll get back to that here in a second. So the guy over here needs some dialogue. Let's call him Commander. Let's see, did I already make a name for him? All right, so we're gonna. It's over here. Yeah, I did not make a name for the commander. Okay. So let's think of some names. It's Dwagar. Commander. Hit here. Here's where I will use our name generator. So let's go ahead and do fantasy of. Oh, Jesus Christ! I forgot about how big this is. All right. Okay, they gotta have a easier thing here. Yeah. There, Dragar. All right, Commander Harbram, Commander Umbra, Commander Forden. I kind of like Commander Forden. Let's do that. Commander Forden. And we got to figure out what happens. They clearly are worshiping the Shadow Queen, who is they've got to be enticed somehow to get into the Shadow Realm, or not the Shadow Queen, the Raven Queen. But they got to get to the Shadow Realm somehow, and that's why they opened up the portal. Why did they open up the portal? Why did they want to get to the Shadow Realm? I'm gonna say, let me see. So we've let's do Shadow Realm. Why? Let's see. Probably want them to be seeking some sort of ascendance, or be a special item. Ooh, I like that. A special item or a special magic MacGuffin that the players would want, that could potentially get them to care more about that, what's happened at the Shadow Realm. So let's say that. So I'm gonna type out these things here. All right. We could give them a special weapon, which maybe is good against Drow, because the Dragar, would obviously be wanting it to. It's like their enemy down there, right? It's one of the driving forces against them. So okay, so we could do against Drow, some sort of magical properties for that. We could also be against the other dwarves. They could also be there to. Maybe it's a revival item. I like that. I like that because it's a revival item. Part of what I forgot to mention is that the cult that was here, they were essentially thinking that the Raven Queen incarnate was amongst them. There was some student of this death cult, and Scarlet's character, actually, her backstory was that she ended up killing that reincarnation, and ended up being hunted in the Underdark, and that's how they met that's how she met the PCs. So I'm thinking it might be cool if, since then, they had been looking for a way to revive her. So it could be a Vivify scroll. It could also be. Yeah, I'll get back to that. Let's leave it here for right now for the Shadow Realm. We can say that they were trying to get to it somehow for a special weapon or a revival item, something magical. I think that's enough to kind of start there. dialogue with Commander Horton. Let's do some bullet points there. We probably want Horton to, who's been there stuck for quite some time. She locked herself in the chamber, so she would be without food and water for a long time. So she's basically on the cusp of death. And should the player choose to revive her, then we want, or not to revive, but to actually heal. We want to give them a chance to get some background, as well as, let me make this a little bigger. Yeah, so we want some background and maybe some guidance. Okay. And Commander Horton, let's come up with some special things about Commander Horton. So this might be, well, obviously frail. This is one of the, let's do blue. She's frail at this point, because she's super weak and everything. She's, how should she talk? Should she have like a voice like this or something? Should she be deep or like a rough? I mean, she's on the cusp of death, so she probably wants to have like a raspy voice anyway. So let's put that down, raspy. How cooperative is she gonna be? Is she gonna be cooperative? She, at this point, she's feeling like the rug's been slipped out from underneath her. So I think she would be fairly cooperative. She's probably pretty rough. Rough to the players, blunt. And yeah, I don't want to get too into the weeds with specific elements or the characters, because if I kind of hard code this too much, then at the point in time where I actually get to play with them, they're going to ask different things. They're going to ask a bunch of stuff that I'm just not going to be able to predict. So I need to come up with kind of like the idea of the person, and then only at that point can I, like with that idea, then I can kind of dynamically give them dialogue and such. So if she's cooperative and rough in nature, we've got to have some sort of interesting trait. We've got to have like, that's not enough. She could have an interesting weapon. She could have a lisp. She could have something. Maybe she's missing an arm or something. Maybe she has some intense battle scars. Why don't we do missing an eye? We'll do missing an eye. And so when I'm role playing, I'm gonna kind of get to do this with them, and something to make it a little bit more memorable. She's gonna be cooperative, but rough, frail, raspy, missing an eye. So she's gonna kind of talk like this to the people. And let's see what else. I feel like there's one more thing about her, but I'll get back to that. So, okay. If we go back to my original notes here, I had some other areas. yeah, the hoarded treasure and such. Basically, there's other areas where they're going to have treasure and things to find throughout the building. So those are, it's the nature of these notes here. Magic items, gems and such. Shrine room to the Dugar, the Dwegar god. Potions and such. So might be good to make a little note that I want to make a list of interesting potions as well as interesting potions and like scrolls that they can pick up easily. One thing I have liked about Baldur's Gate is that the potions and scrolls are pretty often displayed and given to the players, but all right, so let's make a note of that. Okay, it seems like my pad isn't updating this, which is unfortunate. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and relaunch that. But point is, potions and scrolls, I got to come up with a list of interesting things there. Okay, there we go. Now it updated. I'm just going to plug in my... Die on me. All right. So let's go ahead and start to make that. We want potions, scrolls. And then let's also come up with some magic items. And I want these to be themed on the place that we're at. So kind of theme of this place in the Shadow Realm and how it's and the monsters that are coming out of it, like the Sarsworn and stuff. It's kind of this feeling of draining them. I want to make them have this feeling that parts of their soul are kind of getting sucked away, almost kind of an existential dread. So I'd like these to follow that idea. So let's put this here as a reminder. Okay, with the magic items, we could have something like, obviously there's +1, +2 items. So we can do +1 slash +2 items. So this could be stuff they can wear and grab and stuff, and that's always something you can do. But to keep it more in the theme, what if we did a weapon that's powerful, but when they use it, they lose some part of themselves. Powerful, but like limited use. No, not limited. I want to say draining. So what could we drain? We could drain HP. Every time they use it, they suck out HP. So let's go ahead and make a list here. So we could suck away their HP. We could suck away spell slots. We could do negative modifiers to their skills. But the reason why this is powerful the reason why they want to use it, I want to present it to the players. So maybe it's something past this gate. Maybe they're presented with a challenge, or sorry, this gate here. Maybe they're presented with a challenge that will be made that much easier if they use this item specifically. What could we do? Do a monster that is specifically hurt by a damage type that this gives, but then that makes it more universal. We could also do I gotta think about that one more. A little bit more. I'll get back to that. But let's put that down. That this is useful soon, or useful soon. So I'll go ahead and highlight this guy. All right, we got our +1/+2 items. Powerful weapon that they got to get. Scrolls. Let's look at some interesting scrolls that they might run into. I think some sort of like necromantic scrolls would be great. So let's do spell tags here. Control. Compulsion would be great. Banishment's a fun one. Let's see. Let's look at what we have so far with those guys. And I want them to be semi-powerful, so man, D&D Beyond is slow. Okay, so let's do 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Oh, does it not add all of them? Can I only search by one thing? Yeah, I think I can only search by one thing. I think it's gonna. Yeah, okay, so only banishing right now. So okay, banishing smite, that's an interesting one. That's a fun spell. Or just straight up banishment. Here, let's go ahead and add those. Let's make it a scroll of banishment. We can do a scroll of banishing smite. Not loving define word here. What about plane shift? Yeah, no, I don't want to be giving them that right now. Let's look at something else. Compulsion. Really? No spells at these levels with compulsion, eh? Okay. So, control. Okay, this is taking a while. I'm gonna just look at D&D 5th edition here. All right, spells. Necromancy. Let's look at that. First level. Okay, so 4th level. We got Blight. Blight's a fun one. Let's add Blight to the list. Okay, I'm just gonna be repeating myself if I keep on saying scroll of. So let's just do banishment, banishing smite, and light. Shadow of Moil. Never seen that. Flame-like shadows weave your body and causing you to become heavily obscured to others. The shadows. Cool. But no, I don't think I'm gonna do that. Okay. Contagion. I like that. Raise Dead. Let's do Raise Dead. I gotta have a speak with dead scroll. In fact, I think that is going to be something that would be really nice to use at however we need to get through here. So let's make that as one of the requirements here. Trying to speak with dead, and maybe it's not one of the requirements, but one of the ways that they can get through. So perhaps we have some dead bodies or something nearby. They can say like, oh, the way to get through is this or whatever, if they put two and two together. So let's get some little dead bodies in here. Okay. That's cool. So that's one of the ways. So now we got to figure out, how do we actually get through there? They're going to be confronted at the next point with a town. So we could do it in a way where there's a big ass monster that they know that they're not supposed to battle, and that's the way that they get through there, or something that would help them get through. Or we could do something that's like all right, let's look up some monsters, because I think we could do something interesting with that. So let's do game rules, monsters. Okay, and I'm gonna want this to be a big ass challenge rating. Something where if they fight it, it would be a really, really hard battle. But they should be clearly enticed not to fight it. Because so far they haven't gotten into any situations that I can think of where they actually had to run away from someone. They've gotten into every battle with the clear assumption that they would actually be able to get out of it alive. But I'm thinking I might want to bring it up here. Hey D, how you doing? Glad to have you on board. Um, but oh, I said it, sent it twice. Oops, it's delayed. All right. So, big ass monsters. Let's go ahead and look at that. Okay, a lot of these are going to be hidden behind D&D stuff here, but maybe, okay, can I actually filter this? Feeding to that algorithm. That's right, baby. I love it. Oh, Beth, how you doing? Glad to have you on. So, yeah, this might be your first time seeing some actual D&D stuff. But yeah, right now I'm trying to find a big old monster to throw at the players. So let's go ahead and bring it down in terms of the sources. So we'll do basic rules. You have so many things here. Dragon of Icespire Peak, I have that one. We also want DM's Guide and Jesus Christ here. Let's do Lost Mine of Phandelver. All right, that should be enough to filter this so that I'm not seeing a bunch of stuff that I don't have. I mean, we could always do a dragon. That would make them not make them a little spooked. It's a Balor. Ooh. Oh, yeah, but it doesn't fit our theme of like the realm, the Shadow Realm. Like, that's more hell. We don't want that. We want a dragon turtle. Oh, that's awesome, but no, we're not doing that. An iron golem. Okay, I'm gonna keep that on the side because maybe we do that. Okay, liches are so fun. We could do a lich, but I mean that's not big. That's not something that they would be able to see and avoid. It's more like a big baddie, and I think that's too much. Um, Mirlith, Planetar, Pit Fiend, Dolor. The other option is we could just Andro Sphinx. We could just make up a character. We could make up a giant Sorrow-sworn boss. That might be what we do. All right. Okay, I'm going to put that on the list. Giant Sorrow-sworn boss. This is one of the things that we need. So over here in the town, you're going to have a Sorrow-sworn boss. For those who don't know what that looks like, that looks something. Here, let's do this. Looks something like this. Oh yeah. Ooh, what the heck is that? Yeah, Sorcerer is super fun. Dragon Turtle! Jasmine! You're not supposed to be watching this! But, yeah, okay. So, the fact that my players are watching this aside, not doing a Dragon Turtle. That sounds like something that would be much, much cooler in a water-themed area. But, loving this sort of vibes. But if we could have a giant Sorrow-sworn, what about like a Sorrow-sworn of greed? Because the theme behind them is that they kind of take on a physical manifestation of bad vibes. So you have a lost, you have a hungry, you have etc. So I think a greed one would be cool. So why don't we take a note of that? Sorcerer boss of greed. Maybe it has something cool about it, like those who enter its vicinity sort of I don't want to mess with their items. I could have it do something like it automatically attracts things, kind of like sucks them in like a black hole. I'll make it as a note, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So, say black hole question mark. How would they avoid a sort of greed? How would they avoid a monster that's or battle it? Not having anything on them. Naked. That's not fun. So this thing is stomping around the town. It's gluttonous. It's got a big old belly. Let's sketch what this might look like. Maybe it's got like this big old belly with belly button and such, and it's got folds of skin. It's kind of like little muggy feet here. And it's got, let's say, a giant maw. Just kind of sucks everything into its mouth. It's, I don't know, maybe Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. We'll get back to that. But I think if we had some sort of big boss in the town and the Darrow man gave them a way to pass it. No, no, he should also be. He should be kind of neutral. I mean, I'm thinking that he's gonna have like these riddles to give them to pass. Ooh. Could be a Sorrowsworn. No, okay. I'm forcing myself to leave it. I gotta go back to that. All right, so back to the spells and the potions. Okay, so let's do. I like potions of invisibility. Of let's do. I always do the healing potions, but that stuff I can give out freely. Hmm. I do have a whole manifest of potions. So here, let's go ahead and look at that. So let's do D&D here, and we'll do props, DM tools, and let's look at our tables. So, let's see, is it possible for me to zoom? Yeah, great. So we have, here are some ingredients, and then here are some potions. Bottled breath, blasting powder, all that good stuff. Potions of climbing, swimming. These all great. It'd be great if I had some mind reading, heroism, like a potion of heroism. Let's do that. Oops. Okay. Clairvoyance. True sight. Potion of possibility. That's interesting. Solve. Fire bond. Potion of maximum power. Potion of shape-shifting. Tea of refreshments. Toxin. Liquid luck. See, liquid luck is a fun one. That could be a reward somehow. Lick. My God, I can spell. Liquid luck. Potion of protection. Legendary resistance. Continuous healing. Enhanced reaction. Baneberry. Assassin's Blood. Mega Bane. Yeah, a bunch of poisons. We can also think of some completely fresh ones here. Let's go back to the theme of draining. A potion. Okay, magic items. I'm going to add something here. I'm going to say, which I can go ahead and do this. Okay. So, so I want to give the abilities I want to give the players the ability to drain their enemies, or like follow this theme of draining in a way that benefits them, as rewards throughout this, but also to subject them to this draining throughout it. But so they should be subjected to it first, and then to be able to use it in the end, and it kind of fulfills this theme. So I like the idea of like an arrow of, let's say, sap. Dot, or dot, dot, dot. What could we sap from the enemies? We could sap their actions. It's an interesting one. Sap action. Actions. We could. I'm going to do another thing over here, which is a potion of speed. But yeah, anyway, so actions. We can sap their actions. We can sap their HP. That's obviously something that we could do. We could sap energy. So essentially, what it would do is have their speed, and then give that speed to the user. This would remove their next action and give that action to a player. That would be a particularly powerful one. Okay. All right, I think I need to get back to the map here. We've had a nice little stint away from it, but we got to figure out what's going on. Our friend up here in the throne room is going to tell them that they have opened up the portal and such. Now, where's the portal? The portal is outside of this dungeon. It's probably in the town. And it's outside the dungeon, it's in the town, and the monsters eventually came and flooded this area. And the last surviving few managed to block off that gate. So the way to get through the gate is somewhere in the fortress. We don't know where. Or the commander doesn't know where, but they do know that the person who had the ability to open it up was in the fortress somewhere. So that could be a way to help the players go through, give them some incentive to go through and search the rest of the forest. Is they gotta find this thing and given some clues. So maybe it's a corpse that has something on it. It's like a shadow crest. Okay. So, let's go ahead. I'm going to put it over here. What do they need to find? They need to find the gatekeeper. And we'll give them a description. And gatekeeper's going to have an inventory. And the inventory is going to have some stuff in there. And let's see, what else do we need about the gatekeeper? Last known location. In the gatekeeper's inventory, we have the crest crest of the Raven Queen. What you making, Beth? Definitely would like some of that right now. I've got some milk. Yeah, okay. So we have the crest of the Raven Queen. That's on this person's inventory. And this is the big thing. This is what they need to find to get through that door. Or they can blow it up. Light blue. Okay. That is way too dim. Okay, let's just stick to highlighting it. All right. Crest of the Raven Queen. It's the thing we need. So I'm going to put a big old star next to that. And this is connected to the door. Okay, so it's a magical seal where the crest is used to engage or disengage the locks. This should be a, say, DC 30 or something lock. It should be something insane. So let's put that in here. Do DC 30. And I'm going to go ahead and erase some of these notes here. Ooh, nachos. Do love me some good nachos. All right, so here we have the gate. DC 30 gate with an inset thing to it, because there's no guarantee that they're going to actually talk to the commander. So you gotta get some context clues in there. So the gate has some sort of if they succeed on a check, some sort of thing where they can. I'll describe to them that it has like an inset that's shaped like. Okay, what does the Shadow Queen have a symbol? Shadow Queen symbol. That's already established. D&D. Oh my god, Raven Queen, not the Shadow Queen. Yeah. Okay. It's a rape. Who would have thought? All right. So let's go ahead and drop this here just as a reference. So the crest would be essentially this guy. And so you would have like an inset into the door that would take that crest. Okay, so we have an item. We have a MacGuffin. We have something for them to look for. Now, what does the guy look for that this is going to be? The guy is going to be desecrated at this point. He's been dead for a long time. But let's say that he is wearing ceremonial robes. Let's say that he had a nose piercing. Let's say that he also had a special weapon or something. so he could be identified outside of the skeleton. So like, let's say he had like a gatekeeper. I think gatekeeper. Let's say a halberd. Green insignia. Limp. Yeah, having a limp would be cool. Although the guy's dead. uh, but it's an interesting thing that like maybe yeah, actually maybe that would do well because like I think I'd like it. He had ceremonial robes on, nose piercing, and a limp. And so maybe like if they inspect the body, they can realize that the guy had like, you know, a peg leg or something. And they're like, oh, this is the guy with the limp. So I like it. We'll add limp. Or so let's move that from looks like. Let's say features. I'm gonna say he didn't have it on him. He does not have this on him. This would give an opportunity to use a Speak with the Dead scroll or something, which I should give to them. Yeah. Yeah, we could do a Speak with the Dead scroll, or otherwise find a yeah, they can find a journal of his. All right, so let's go ahead and name this guy. I think he deserves a name at this point. So this is going to be let's look at our Dwagar names again. Male names. Let's do Ramek. It's Ramek. He left eyeball looking always to the right and stuff. Wow. That is oh yeah, your amulet of command, huh? Um I think that's probably going to be useful elsewhere. But that's a good point. I haven't yet actually given it a bunch of stats yet. So I'm gonna put this up here. Amulet of command. So I gotta put together what it's doing. I'm thinking there's straight up a command spell. Okay. It is a first level spell. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of second level or higher, you can affect one additional creature for each slot level above. Creatures must be within 30 feet of each other when you target them. Okay. So I could have it so that the Amulet of Command can only be used once per day or something. Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it? It's almost like I'm building this app. It's almost like I'm designing an app that will eventually be able to create these items on the fly. That would be neat. I know, it's called Endium. Anyways, so Amulet of Command casts. You can use command spell at 5th level Or high, no, not higher, just at a 5th level. So this is a 5th level spell. Um, and yeah, once per dawn. Okay, this is the Amulet of Command. Oop, hello. No, not what I wanted. All right, Amulet of Command. Now I'll make it purple. Okay. So, yep, we needed that definition. All right, so Bramek. Ceremonial robes, nose piercing, limp, inventory, crest of the Raven Queen, but is actually, so here, let me move this. I'm gonna get rid of this because I don't need that note. All right, so Bramek, ceremonial robes, nose piercing, limp, crest of the Raven Queen, and stashed in his quarters. So we gotta figure out where his quarters are. Probably in the upper level. There are multiple places for it. Okay. So let's make a pointer for it. This guy, say, is over in one of his chests. It's hidden in a floorboard underneath one of his chests. Or underneath his chest. So you find that out by talking to the guy if you speak with dead. Or you can find that out by pet rat that follows his body everywhere and squeaks loudly when people look at him. The squeak is ultrasonic and causes skin to melt. Oh boy. At some point, if there ends up being enough viewers, I think I should do it. Like chat builds the D&D session. Or like all the people in the chat come up with the ideas and that's it. That would be such chaos, and I think it would be amazing. But obviously, you need a decent amount of viewers for that. So this is under the floorboards. And it's under the floorboards. And where should I put the journal? It shouldn't be on his body. It shouldn't be that easy. In his journal, it'll detail where the crest is stored. But if it was on his body, that would just be like, oh, well, go over there. So, speak with dead should be something that they have the opportunity to use. But it's not the only way. Well, maybe. Okay, so if they don't use Speak with Dead, if you don't use Speak with Dead, then the players would be forced to look elsewhere. But they also might just like see the body and give up because like, oh, the amulet is on him. There's got to be some way to verify that it is actually on the right path. Okay, so limp, nose piercing, etc. think I'm overcomplicating this. I think he's got to have a journal. Hey, Beth. Yeah. Oh, it's Blaze. How you doing, Blaze? Happy to have you on the stream. Yeah, I'm doing some VM prep for a D&D game coming up soon. All right, his last known location. He was seen or last seen by the commander in the you were gonna say the forge. Having a fight like a battle. Last seen in the forge battle. Okay. So we can go ahead and note that on the map. So his dead body is leaned up against the wall here. So this is Romac. Okay. Why you no update? Ah, there we go. Okay. It's me, Blazio. So Bremek is there. He has the journal. The journal is going to take you to his quarters up here, which has the amulet. All right. Let's go back to some of the previous stuff I've done. I have set up traps and stuff. Locked doors, potions, etc. Okay. Oh, yeah. Everburn stone. That's something that I was thinking could actually be used for the forges in their dwarven city way back in the campaign, because they were looking for like a way to permanently power the forges. They might appreciate that. So let's specifically mention that on this map too, because the other ones, some more scribbles, but things have changed. So burn, fun, burn, stone. What does the Everburn stone have? The Everburn stone, just like the title suggests, you are getting in the way. Go down here. Okay. Yes, very complicated. Very complicated indeed. I've got to kind of figure out a way for the players to be engaged with the entirety of the map. All right. So Everburn Stone. It's basically embers. Never die. It can be used to power those forges. Okay. And you also got to figure out a way to properly hold that. Okay, so we know where we're keeping that item. They've already gotten the main bit of treasure, but we have little bits of treasure that are scattered around the place. Now let's think about the enemies. The enemies should all be Sorrowsworn, and I'm thinking that I'm going to introduce where did I put it? August 27th? Or no, it was July. Yeah, okay. So I'm thinking that they should probably be... Yeah, Lonely and the Hungry, they've already been introduced to those. Or sorry, not the Hungry. They've been introduced to the Lost. They've been introduced to the Lost and the Lonely. And I'm thinking that the Hungry is next. Oh, the apathy. Oh, I could swarm them. Okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna use that. The bonus is also an interesting idea, but I think we're gonna go with the apathy. Okay, so we've got to have a swarm. Let's read this for a second. The Shadowfell saps away the will, creativity, and inspiration of those unfortunate enough to reside there. The apathy are resulting husks born from the emptiness of the uninspired. And it's fitting that they be in the forge too. It's like it's the area of creation. I like it. All right, innate spellcaster, empty atmosphere. Let's make a wisdom saving throw, become charmed. Charmed, okay. Reactions consume inspiration when a creature within 30 feet of the apathy makes an attack roll or an ability check. The apathy can use this reaction to have the creature roll without advantage. The creature then takes 4d8 psychic damage, and the apathy regains hit points equal to the amount of damage dealt. Wow. That is a power. Okay. Memory leech. Fuck yeah, I'm using these. I'm using these. Okay. All right. All right. The apathy. Let's go ahead and make sure that we put that over here in our list. So we're using these guys, and I'm thinking they're swarming this area. I'm thinking there's a bunch of them because they're CR5, and they should be feeling it at the end of this battle. So let's add a bunch of these guys. We're gonna have 7 characters with us in our party tomorrow. So like, I don't know how many of these I should put. I think they should be introduced when they get in there and they find the body. They find the body, and the apathy kind of comes out of the woodworks. But before then, this room is cursed enough with their presence that they need to make some saves. So if we look at each creature that starts a turn within must succeed on a wisdom save throw or become charmed until while charmed in this way, affected creatures become indifferent towards all creatures they are hostile towards for the duration. On a successful saving throw, the creature is immune to the apathy's empty atmosphere for 24 hours. Okay, so I can have them enter the room and then yeah, they enter the room and then I ask them to make a saving throw. They don't know what it's for, but I ask them to make a saving throw nonetheless. And those who fail won't know how they failed until they get introduced to the creatures. In which case, there's going to be some that succeed, and they will be battling while the others are sitting there kind of dazed as these guys start feeding on them. I like it. I like it. It'll be nice and creepy. All right. So let's go ahead and make a note of that. So I need to move this. All right. The apathy, what's this called? Empty atmosphere. Okay. She is? Oh, that's right. All right, so the apathy and after they look at the body, but when they come in through here or here, we want to do a trigger, which is another thing that I want to add to my application's triggers. We want to do a trigger, and then when we trigger it, we want to make them, what was it called again? Empty something? Empty atmosphere. Trigger empty atmosphere. Okay. So we trigger the empty atmosphere. They go through this whole battle. He has the book on them. So like the moment that they see him and they find the book and stuff and they see that it doesn't have the amulet, they're not going to have the chance to read the book, like the journal. Oh, and that's a prop. That's a prop that I can make a prop. All right, so let's look at this. The journal here. And so I'm gonna make a little list here, another list. We're gonna do it all the way up here. We're gonna call this props. Stuff for me to make for tomorrow. So first thing, journal. Simple enough. And then, well, we'll make this a journal page, because making an entire book tomorrow wouldn't be great. So journal page is one of them. Okay, so let's think. They do the battle with them.
On the how about it says it. So if I was just looking at things to
9? Who am I missing in my calculations?
Oh, were you included in it?
I'm included.
So
it is. Okay.
So it's
okay.
Me, Jake. What was I don't know. What do I just says the letters? I don't know, but 8 people.
8 people. Okay. Makes sense. All right, so we got our props here. And Ramek is over there. He has the crest of the Raven Queen stashed away. But we gotta find the journal. They battle people. Ooh, what if I had something that steals his body? Maybe they don't quite get to touch him and inspect him yet. Maybe they have to actually chase him out of the room as they get these guys attacking them. Kind of gets like possessed and dragged away. Okay, let's think about that. So we've got these are some interesting creatures that I already have. Boneless. Undead remains devoid of skeletons. Most rise from the bodies who suffered. It's cool, but I don't think it quite matches. All right. Maybe we keep the body there. Yeah, I think if we keep the body there, that probably makes the most sense. But I'm trying to think about other ways to make this battle more interesting. We could have them. Ooh. What if they used the forge? Like made sure that there was a bellows. They could use the forge, and if they succeed a strength check, they could give a big pump and then blow the flames out. How do these guys do with flames? Dark vision, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. While in dim light or darkness. So, I can specify that. And blowing up the bellows doesn't necessarily hurt them, because it doesn't make a lot of sense if, to have it just like spit out fire to use as a weapon, but you can use it to light up the entire room and therefore make them no longer resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing, which is going to be really important to them. Okay, so I'll make that as a note here. So maybe bellows to add light. Okay. All right. I like it. Now, throughout the place, we have other parts that have gold and treasure and stuff. So this is an obvious location. This is the storage room. Kitchen is an obvious place. This is what I had in the other map. Shrine room has its own weapon and such. Where would the scroll speak with dead be? The scroll with speak with dead. I don't know. We got library, shrine room, upper hall, garrison. I don't know where that would be. I can just have it on the list if they search some stuff that it kind of just pops up in front of them. Could do that. Thinking maybe I don't need to think too hard about that at the moment, where that is. But speak with dead. Definitely want to bring that up. All right, let's think about some other ways to just their life away. Why don't we do something like I mean, the Sarsworn are already pretty good at that. They do a good job. Where's the Hungry? The Hungry should probably be. Oh, yeah, obviously in the kitchen. What am I even thinking? Hungry has to be in the kitchen. Yeah. Yeah, Hungry in the kitchen. Okay. We want something that will deal radiant damage. Okay. Let's do. Might just have to make one. Sunblade's too much, and it doesn't fit very well. Okay. What was this? The god of the Dugar? Let's look up the Dugar. The Dugar. It's got a symbol with arrows and such. Domains, Arcana, and Death. Magic, Broken Arrow. So what about like a Divine Crossbow? Okay. I think that's a new item that we gotta make here. We're gonna do crossbow of Underdark. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. Adugar, maybe? Crossbow of the Duger is gonna have it's a +1 weapon, which adds 1d4 radiant damage. Okay, I like it. So we have the crossbow of the Duger. Saying it right earlier. All right, so crossbow of the Duger. Wrong direction. All the way over here. Which, here. Let's do that. Okay. This thing is updating slow. Okay. Here, I'll just do the draw thing here. Jesus Christ, that's big. Let's do. There we go. It's a little better. It's over here in the shrine room. Okay. Amulet of Command is just simply something that we have. Crossbow of the Duger. We got the Hungries in there. We got the dag. We got the trigger thing. Bellows, the light. The Everburn Stone. Over here we have the crest of the Raven Queen, which should have its own abilities. So I'm gonna go ahead and do something else here. Honestly, they should have alt and drag, but they don't. Okay, so amulet. Oh wait, why am I looking at that? Okay, there we go. Amulet of the Raven Queen. Let me just make sure that item doesn't already exist, so I'm not overriding the game. Amulet of the Raven Queen. Oh, that's straight up critical roll. Okay. All right. Don't want to impede on that territory. So, this Amulet of the Raven Queen. We want it to give the user Nope, better idea. This is the Speak with Dead one. All right. Raven Queen. Cast. Speak with Dead. Once we're done. However, when cast, consume 10 HP. No. Consume 2 hit die. Consume oh, okay, fine. Roll your hit die twice. And get dealt. No, there's a better way to say this. Uncast, deal 2 hit dies, 2 hit die worth of necrotic damage to the caster. Okay. Not me to zoom out of that one. Okay. So, I think that's a pretty interesting magic item there. Amulet of the Raven Queen. So this is actually what is in, so not crest of the Raven Queen, it's going to be Amulet of the Raven Queen. Is actually what's there. We got the crossbow of the Duger. Now what about journals that they can find? Other history, lore. All right, so I need to go ahead and organize this. So let's do people. This is one type of thing, and we're going to increase this to, I don't know, 18. Okay. People, and then we have items. 18. Okay. Amulet of the Raven Queen is one of these items. Great. Now, crossbow of the Duger. Okay. Crossbow of the Duger. And here we can do, here's some interesting ones. Potions. Oh my god, I did not need to do that. Okay. Ah! The world is collapsing. Okay. Potions. I can go ahead and make that bold. 18, okay. What about our scrolls here? This is its own separate thing. You could have a Speak with Dead scroll anyways, so I'll leave it there. Even though we're planning on using it elsewhere. Now, we get our magic items here. So, weapon, powerful and draining. Okay, let's go ahead and develop these other special items that I mentioned here. We have arrow of sap energy, which in and of itself should do what? It should deal plus 1d4 necrotic damage. And then we should also have it have movement, speed, and give to the attacker. Okay. Next, let's go ahead and do weapon, powerful, draining. HP, spell slots, negative mods to skills. We can do a weapon. Here, let's get back to that. Maybe I'll do something else, but our main things are arrows, sap energy, crossbow, the Duger, amulet of the Raven Queen. Okay. I like a trigger. I like what happens when we attack them. I like that the hungry are nearby. They're gonna have their whole battle. I feel like it should just be enemies and traps that are the threats. And here, I need something more interesting. I need them to I could have something else entirely burrow in. Maybe there's ghosts. Yeah. Maybe there's a wraith. What challenge rating is a wraith? Challenge rating 5. Well, it could be some sort of information giver. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a wraith. Target's a humanoid. If it has been dead for no longer than 1 minute and died violently, the target's spirit rise. So there's a specter. I think we can do better than that. Ghost isn't great. Let's go ahead and look at these guys again. Okay. Let's go ahead and refresh this game rules. Monsters. All right. Aberration, beast, celestial, construct, dragon, elemental, fey, fiend, giant, humanoid, monstrosity, ooze, plant, undead. Let's look at the undead. Loon. What is that? Oh, okay. Inklocks. Oh, look at all these stuff. I need to buy. Alright. Trouble. Avatar of Death Banshee. Barrowghast. Beholder Zombie. That's interesting. You know what? A beholder. That could be a good thing in the back. In the next room. Some sort of beholder. Can't keep looking at these. All right, advanced filters. We're gonna go ahead and do the challenge rating again. Let's do their level up to 18. Okay, Death Knight. giant ghost. Demi-lich devour. Hmm. I kind of like the beholder. All right, let's look up beholder. Challenge rating. Legendary actions. No, the more I think about it, the less it works, I think. Okay. Missing elements I have. We have a ghost of sorts roaming the halls, which would be cool for information. To get through the gate. And at that point, they need a let's see the town. And they're walking through the town. And I want them to get the sense that something's wrong. There's a big beast. The Darrow Man threatens to make a sound. Or not make a sound, but to somehow attract the giant beast. Unless they give him toll. Unless they give him a special magical item or something. Okay. All right. I'm gonna remove this idea because that was kind of shite. All right, speak with dead. Got the gate. Now I'm gonna remove that too. All right, so I'm gonna say that at one point we want to get to the town. And this is the town that I already mentioned earlier. Was it in here? No, that was in Ola's notebook. Drukthrak. Maybe I need something a little bit better. Maybe Druthak. Druthak. The town is rapid, uneven in terrain. It's partially destroyed buildings left partially as rubble. Overgrown. I spelled this wrong. Grab it. Overgrown with glowing mushrooms and weeds. Interesting things about the Underdark. Let's see. Everywhere they've got cave creepers. But the ceiling's pretty, yeah. Maybe it's got a low ceiling. Low ceiling with cave creepers. Scattered around the place. And glowing portal to the Shadowfell in the far north. Stomping. It's a giant. Gotta put that in there. And then the arrow. And named, what did I say his name was? Sayrock. Yep. Named Sayrock. Costs players and threatens to attract the whatever it is if players do not give him a magic to lead them to if you then they go through the sewers. battle things in there. Sewers might be a whole other thing I gotta make, so that's a sewer map. So we need a town map, we need a sewer map, and yeah, F2. Okay, if don't, then battle arrow and pet. What was it? Pet cloaker. What's the cloaker's name? The cloaker's name is Christoph. So I gotta come up with the town map. I gotta come up with the sewer map, which will get them to the end of the town. Go through the sewers and battle. Done battle Darrow and pet cloaker named Christoph. Okay, I think that's pretty much. Now the Darrow man, I've got to come up with the details on him. So, all right. Darrow man, cost of players. I already have the things he's gonna say. I believe they were here. Here we got his riddles. Okay. So we got the riddles. Got the Darrow man. Cyrock. And his pet cloaker. So let me go ahead and grab that imagery. Okay, that was the Underdark here. Also gonna need a thing for his yeah. I'm gonna need a thing for his character sheet. Let's go ahead and say, let's see what's out there. Yeah, that's not gonna be enough. I'm gonna need to create my own. Okay. Items. Magic items. Arrow sap. I can remove this. Get back to that. Potions. Scrolls. Got the people. Got the apathy. Dare man with his cloaker. Shadow realm. Da, 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 da. Okay. All right. Let's. All right. So the current to do. I'm going to call this to do. Darrow. What name again? Say rock. Darrow say rock. Stat page. Need the journal page. I'm going to need the sewers map. And I'm going to need the town map. Now I need to give some information. So the Darrow man can have info on Ola. Because Ola went through. Oh, I gotta look at Ola's notebook, make sure I'm not doing anything against it. I successfully created lucky able to find their card. I come to the passing to advance to a giant underground lake. I noticed a large creature inside, so I'm only gonna dive deep inside. I cannot find any other way forward. Okay. All right, I do have to follow that because it is something I gave to the players a little bit ago. So essentially, the order goes. No, it's fine if the Darrow man. If the Darrow man is introduced earlier, that's fine. That's not an issue. Because he can walk around. Saw her twice. Okay. Potions, people, items. All right, so I think pretty well filled out what's happening here. So the traps and stuff that I can scatter around. There's locked doors. There's people roaming the halls. Bellows there. Trying to think about this, if there's any other interesting mechanics I need with that. Yeah, additional things of moolah and stuff that I can scatter around. Jesus. Okay. The apathy, the hungry. I think I need something else in there, I think. I've got to have the giant. Ooh. Hmm. Like the mazel. Hmm. Maybe not. Cone of Shadows. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, the Sarasworn are great. I fucking love the Sarasworn. A Sarasworn Death Lord. Hmm. All right, let's add a Mazel and a Sarasworn. I don't know what I'm looking at. Stat block. Hmm. I mean, these things are cool. Let's see. Do we have them available in the stat block generator already? Otherwise, I might just take that. Stat block generator. Do you have a Mazel? Nope, we do not. Okay. That's not what I meant. There we go. Alright, I think this is going to be a fun creature. Mazel. Poker him. The apathy. Mazel can be something that appears later. Town's got to have something interesting about it. Decrepit, uneven buildings, overgrown, etc. Those ceilings with piercers. Glowing portal, stomping around is a still need to figure that out. So what about TNT? Who is this guy? Death Lord. Man, I want to know who this Death Lord is. Okay. Gotta do something about this ghost. I'm gonna finally put some down from. Ghost of Rolo the Blind. Let's say that Rolo the Blind was constantly harassed and beaten by his fellow Jogar. And why did it become a ghost? Because he fell in love with another, well, but she did not fancy. So when he died, or he died when the Sorrowsworn attacked. His love used him as a meat shield. That's a neat shield. He has a permanent. Permanent. Sorry. Jesus Christ. Okay. He has a permanent hole. Hole in his chest. Where the Star was sworn had impaled him. He roams the halls, searching for her. Searching for a way to file his corpse, or sorry, her corpse. To punish her. Ooh, even better, she's a ghost too. Find many rooms, halls, looking for her, so that he may forever curse her ghost. For what she did. Ghost of let's say Arena. She died. The players discover by you could just have her die from being used as a meat shield by her lover too. So you gotta solve the dispute between these two ghosts. Harassed and beaten by his fellow Dragar, fell in love with the girl, but she did not feel the same. He died when the sorcerer attacked. His love used him as a meat shield. He has a permanent hole in his chest with the sorcerer and impaled him. Blindly roams the halls looking for her so that he may forever curse the ghost for what she did. But not find her. Not find her. Though he hears her taunting laughter. The ghost of Rena. is she a ghost? Marina? Marina's a shallow person. No, that feels too easy. I think they fought over what restaurant to go to. It's cute. The thing is that Brother the Blind has reason to be a ghost. He wants to kind of forever haunt Marina, who ended up using him as a meat shield when the battle came around. And I'm thinking maybe I don't want Marina to be a ghost. Maybe I want Marina to be just a body, dead body. Which they can speak with the dead if they want. But his intention is to look for a body. Body. To defile it somehow. I already said this, but I didn't think I liked it before. To basically get some sort of revenge. He wants revenge. Looking for revenge. What is that revenge? That revenge would be maybe he's jealous. Maybe she was laid to rest when the battle came and she died fighting. Maybe she was laid to rest honorably, and he wasn't, because he was kind of made fun of. He should ghost her. Uh, Revenge by Marina. Yeah, okay. They do rest thoughtfully. I want this to be normal color. Just lay to rest thoughtfully. Outside the main gate, or outside the front gate. Ooh. Where the husk of a man lay. And he, looking for revenge, he will ask the players to ruin the grave. Ruin the burial site. And steal her something. Have some sort of magic item. What sort of magic item would this be? This magic item. Let's look at the magic item list here, because I think that this would fit nicely. So let me see, I got all my potions. All right, I've got a whole deck of cards here. she could have something that she finds special that she would keep on her. And here's the thing. If the players go through it, obviously they'll get the magic item. But I want to recurse somehow. Like digging up this body. Cloak of the Manta Ray. Goggles of Night. One of Blasting. He always plays country music. Quick Displacement. Dimensional Shackles. Ring of Resistance. Ooh. Maybe it's a Ring of Resistance. That might do it. Ring of Protection. Eagle Broom Flying. Oh. Oh. Okay. All right. Jasmine. Jasmine, if you're watching right now, turn this off. Okay. So, spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Broom of Flying. I gotta think about how it would fit with the character, but if it was somehow buried with her and resulted in some sort of curse. All right, now I'm not doing it. Now I'm not doing it. Nope, not doing it. I can't have that spoiled. All right. Berserker, Dragon Slayer, Giant Slayer. Yeah, so I don't think she would have a weapon on her. Sentinel. Okay. Ring of Evasion. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm gonna use that. It's gonna be Ring of Evasion. Dazzling Toenails. Like you're really into toenails. Apparently. So I think it'll be a Ring of Evasion. Evasion. Lay to rest thoughtfully. Outside of the grave. Take invasion. If they take her Ring of Evasion. Or magic eyelashes that she picks dramatically. They have to succeed on a saving throw, or B, um, hmm. Um, um, I like the idea of memories. Playing with memories somehow. Oh. The curse could. Okay, I gotta revisit that. Um, so the ghost would be roaming the halls, searching for it to talk to the players. Um, Ring has 3 charges and it regains spending charges daily at dawn. When you fail a dexterity saving throw, you can use your reaction to expend one of its charges to succeed on a saving throw instead. Will be cursed. And then the curse is curse of the unloved. Until lifted. The player must. She hiccups and the floors in the room buckle. Man, you're going on your own extreme tangent on this character. This is awesome. I love it. She plucks them out one by one. She hiccups the floors. To lift it, the player. This causes. Hmm. Uh. Hmm. Hmm. Have to succeed on a wisdom saving throw or otherwise purposely put other players in danger when given the opportunity. Okay. So this kind of mimics what she did to him. What? Sure, that'd be great. Okay, so I think that's an interesting side thing. She can't just have that, so she has on her. Removing memories causes foundations of thought patterns to warp and mess with how they think about things. I like it. Trying to think about somewhere to use that. So I like the memories, but I think that with this particular little side quest, it wouldn't work. Maybe there's a room that does this. Maybe there's a room with one called the Forgetful. Okay. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do in here. We have the Forgetful. And I am gonna want you to be gold. And they need to I'm not doing much with up here. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so the Forgetful. Let's say that on failed saves, I need to make this a color of which I can read. Da, da, da. On failed saves, they forget why they get temporary amnesia. And will only be lifted when they leave the room. But in order to leave the room, you need to make a wisdom. No, in order to leave the room, we're I think this part should be a puzzle. Failed saves, they get temporary amnesia. Only be lifted when they leave the room. When you have amnesia, can't move. I think of some sort of mini game here. Player. Just remember who they are. So if everyone fails, so a player must succeed on a contested persuasion to convince others of who they are. They have to do a penance. Interesting. Forbidden. Forbidden knowledge. Forbidden knowledge indeed. Should not be here. Ray! But you should be here, I did ask. But you shouldn't be here, but you should. Hmm. I like the idea of penance. I do. I doth like it. Remember these three. The player must remember it, but players must succeed on it. Oh,
How's it going?
it's going well. Okay.
You sound like are people actually talking to you?
There are Mama and Jake is just on there.
Nice.
But yeah. Trying to, what are you thinking?
I'm waiting for the broccoli.
All right. So I like the idea of a some sort of penance. Player must succeed on a contested persuasion check to convince others of. Okay, no. No. That won't work. I'm listening, not talking. All right. Player must succeed on a contested persuasion. Okay, players must. All right, on-field save. In order to leave the room. I wonder if they get trapped somehow. Forgotten knowledge is unhinged from the brains and float. Oh, that's cute.
You're gonna want to put that down.
Yes.
Probably right there.
Shall. All right. So, float around and gets mixed up. How do they know which one is? their memory. That's neat. That's cool. Hmm. No, I like that idea of the memories floating about. What if? Okay. All right. Um, what if? Okay, so the okay. No. Yeah. Unfailed saves. Memories. Um, I like the idea of jumping from the bodies. Jump from their bodies manifested as um, gotta be careful with what I audibly say because there's a player right next to me.
I thought you said you're talking to Jake. Doesn't that mean that if you could talk to him, I could be? That's what I'm coming to eat.
Jake just came in and said, "Forbidden knowledge, hello, hello."
Oh.
What I'm saying is forbidden knowledge. But I am going to.
I'll be done with the soup very soon. I just figured
No
I
worries.
would have
I'll
fun
just be.
moment with you on our anniversary.
Yeah, I'll get off soon. Um. All right. I'll finish this idea and then I'll get off. Because I think the rest of the planning that I need to do can be done tomorrow. But I think I have a pretty good idea on how everything's set up. So, memories jump for the as animals. um, hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Trickster is named. Trickster. The, play games. Um, Next, play games. it tells the players who view theory of voice. They will set free. It's all of lost all of the animals. Caught and sacrificed. Animal. That the player sacrifices. Or gives it, or gives the player those memories. This means if the player chooses wrong, then they will have to act as the other character. Okay. All right, I'm going to workshop that idea a little bit more, but I like that idea of messing with the memories of players. All right, so I got to figure out. All right, so my to-do list: town map, sewers map, stat page, journal page, and find the creature. Creature that roams the town. And flesh out the town a little bit. Some interesting buildings and stuff. Okay. Now, and then I gotta make them feel like they're getting closer to the Ola. So, closer to Ola somehow, and probably via the Darrow Man. Or Ola's hideout. Okay. Well, I think that that is enough for tonight. I am going to go ahead and hop off now, as it is 11. But thank you for everyone who's watching this. Hope it was semi-interesting. But yeah. Anywho, tomorrow at 6:30 is when we're actually doing our D&D session, and we'll see how well this prep stacked up to the um, actual result. But yeah, should be a lot of fun. 6:30 p.m. EST. Alrighty, well, ciao.